How's it going, guys? It's me, Vivi, and welcome back to another Sly Cooper related video. So we all want a new Sly Cooper game, right? Not just another Sly game. Now how can one differentiate what I just said? Another game means just another typical Sly game. Same formula, nothing new, nothing major. A new game, however, means same formula, but with added new features. Call it an expansion, and by the way, when I use the word expansion, I'm not talking about DLC, alright? Now, I'm not directly leaning towards Sly Cooper 5 when making this video, but I will mention Sly 5 a couple of times. But for now, let's call this the future of Sly Cooper. I don't want to call it Sly Cooper Future, because, you know, Ratchet & Clank Future, too similar, but anyways, that's not the point. But there's no future. I've made 3 videos imagining what Sly 5 could be like, going over stuff that could evolve the series just a little bit. Now, something I did not bring up in those videos, why not have one location, aka Paris, Sly's home, but with multiple sectors? Sly has always been about traveling the world: Holland, China, India, Italy, Canada. As for Sly 3, we traveled to Holland for one reason: we needed support, a different type of expertise, and that was Penelope. As for the other countries, we were pretty much going after the bad guy, or, you know, looking for allies. Penelope, like I said, and the Guru, another example. Talking about Penelope, she was put in Europe's highest security prison, apparently according to Bentley, but knowing how Penelope is, she managed to escape. We don't know where she went. All she's been doing this time is sending postcards. Will the gang travel to wherever location that is exactly? I'm talking about the prison. If anyone, I think Carmelita might visit that place and, you know, analyze Penelope's cell to try and find clues as to her whereabouts. I could imagine a simple cutscene, but that's Sly Cooper 5 we're talking about, right? Penelope escaping jail, Carmelita analyzing the whole situation. Sly Cooper 5, anyways, let's talk about it just a little. The focus of that game will be about finding Sly, either early on in the game or throughout. You know, if they find Sly early on in the game, we pretty much would have one episode in ancient Egypt. Once Sly is found and they've dealt with everything in ancient Egypt, they go back to Paris, present time. So let me repeat myself, alright? One country, France, one city, call it Paris, okay, with different sectors. With that being present, what about the safe house? I would love to have a fully explorable one, free roaming, no side scrolling. We've had that for we always had that. By exploring this big safe house, we could visit different rooms. A history room, pretty much a summary of the series. For people who, let's say, pick up this Sly Cooper game and have not played the previous ones, the game could go over the history of the series. There could be a trophy room for achievements and stuff. There could be a wardrobe room, like I've discussed in the past, a wardrobe system. What I'm saying right now, it's pretty huge, right? And why? Because this safe house would be located at their home in Paris. Well, not home, I'm not really talking about a house, but maybe Bentley found some sort of place, which is pretty much secret, and built a safe house. Let's go with that. Wait, let me correct myself. The gang does have a secret hideout in Sly 4. This was explained. And looking at it, it does look like an explorable place. If there is trouble in Paris only, then why not go back and forth to this one big safe house? And there could be this shortcut system. And there's something in Sly 4, the lab, in the cutscenes in the beginning with Penelope disappearing. Why not that be it? Why not have that as a safe house, but more expanded? Now, technically, going by what Sly said in Sly 4, Bentley flying to Paris, that lab is not located in Paris. It's somewhere in France. And by the way, Sly explained that the lab was designed by Penelope and Bentley during his absence. How secure is this lab of Bentley's? Well, going with Sly Cooper logic and going with the fact that Penelope and Bentley resealed the Cooper vault, I'm sure Bentley came up with a way of securing the whole place. Now, the gang does have a secret hideout in Paris, as explained by Sly. Now, this lab is not located in Paris, so this lab cannot be, let's say, the basement of their hideout in Paris. And the lab does have multiple rooms. It could be used as this huge new hideout, fully explorable. But the whole idea, guys, is why not have a huge explorable safe house? That's it. Just one big safe house in the whole game. Next, I'm entering Sly 5 territory again. If Sly is found early in Sly 5, this new lab of Bentley's, this safe house in Paris, it could still be explorable, even if a small portion of the game took place in ancient Egypt. And actually, wait a minute. Like I said in my Sly 5 Imagined videos, in one of them, we could have alternating episodes. Episodes in ancient Egypt with Sly, maybe just one episode, who knows, and we could have other episodes with Carmelita, Murray, and Bentley trying to find Sly. During their episodes, we could visit this safe house or lab. But the problem with that is Carmelita. I mean, come on, if she finds that safe house, don't you think maybe that she might get curious? Yes, she is looking for Sly, she does have feelings for him, but I don't know. Would she, let's say, quote-unquote betray Interpol just to find Sly, pretend like she never found that secret lab? Or you know what? The lab, the whole safe house in Paris, just show it when we're playing as Bentley and Murray. As for Carmelita, when we have to talk to her, Bentley and Murray will be careful not to accidentally reveal their secret location. Something like that. But wait, doesn't she already know their hideout? The balcony? No, actually that balcony is the balcony we see in the beginning, when Bentley talks to Sly. Back to the betrayal part. There was this 10-second head start in Sly 1. She could have caught the dude, but no. And she did help Sly defeat Clockwork. They did work together. Now that's a different type of scenario. They're trying to stop this maniac. Next, Sanzaro Games did expand the safe houses. The ping pong table, the arcade machine, the outfits, the treasures. Why not expand it even more? That's one thing I loved about Sly 4. They took something and added some extras to it. Why not expand it even more? Make it so we play in one city, and we travel by van. How do we avoid the cops? Bentley is smart. He could put a cop radar into the van. That could be a fun mechanic to implement. Like how you hide from guards usually, this time when you're in the van, you have to hide from the cops. Going with Sly Cooper logic, if their van remained unseen outside of their safe house, in Paris for example, then I'm sure the gang can avoid the cops while driving. Okay, so you're talking about controlling the van. I want to know what you guys think of this idea. And now of course driving the van will have its limits. It's not GTA we're talking about where you might run over people. No. I mean look, Ratchet & Clank, I know Ratchet & Clank has nothing to do with this video, but they put space exploration in a crack in time. Usually we would have these loading screens and we would go to the next planet, but Insomniac Games decided to allow us to control the ship. Why not control the van in a future Sly game? I don't want to say Sly 5. I don't know about this one. Why not implement a radio in the van while you're controlling the van, headed to a different area to complete a mission? Ratchet & Clank Crack in Time had it, and a lot of people loved that feature. Why not listen to interviews, music from the old games? That would be sweet. Just controlling the van, that alone adds a huge new layer of mechanics to Sly Cooper. And if you want to go back home, they could implement a shortcut option. You simply get transported. But really guys, be honest, controlling the van in Sly Cooper, would you imagine that type of feature? If there's a bunch of criminals in one city and you want to travel, you're gonna take the van. All I'm saying is, why not have the player control the van? Is that too RPG-ish? Is that like a huge no-no? I'm gonna leave you guys with that question. Oh, wait a minute before you guys bring this up in the comments. Yes, we did control the van in Sly Cooper 1, but that was like 2 races. That's pretty much it. So with that being said, as usual, do your stuff, say whatever you want in the comments section, and yeah, I've been Vivi, and thank you for watching.